There was a billboard in Manchester that should have started a war. He'll flop at City, they always do. City disagreed. This wasn't a transfer. This was a declaration of war. There was a billboard in Manchester that should have started a war. This wasn't advertising. City weren't trying to sell Carlos Tevez, they were trying to take Manchester away from United. 3 words, sky blue, plastered across the city centre where every United fan could see it. Welcome to Manchester, not welcome to City, not join the revolution, just welcome to Manchester. As if the other half of the city, the one with all the trophies, all the history, all the actual success, didn't exist. And the face on that billboard, Carlos Tevez. Commuters stopped. Men in suits read it on their way to work. The same Carlos Tevez who'd been scoring goals for Manchester United 3 months earlier. This wasn't a transfer, this was a declaration of war. But here's the thing about Carlos Tevez, chaos follows him everywhere, always has. This is the story of how one man, with a scar on his neck and a gift for making enemies, became the most hated player in Manchester United's history. For Tevez, being hated wasn't a consequence, it was fuel. That made him perfect, because City didn't need a hero, they needed a weapon. Let's rewind. 2006. Carlos Tevez lands in England. West Ham sign him. Except, they don't really own him. He's controlled by a third-party company run by a man called Kia Joorabchian. Third-party ownership is banned in England. West Ham do it anyway. Sheffield United finish bottom of the league. Relegated. By 1 point. West Ham survive because Tevez scores 7 goals in 10 games to save them. Sheffield United are furious. They sue. The Premier League investigates. West Ham are fined £5.5 million. But Tevez keeps playing. Dodgy deals, legal battles, conspiracy theories that still haven't died. They call it the greatest robbery in Premier League history. And somehow, through all of it, Tevez just plays football like nothing happened. That's when Sir Alex Ferguson decided he wanted some of that chaos for himself. Ferguson had a rule, never sign a player you can't control. But Tevez, different. The kid from Fuerte Apache, the scar on his neck from boiling water as a child. He'd fought his way out of an Argentine slum where surviving to 20 was the achievement. Premier League egos didn't scare him, nothing scared him. Ferguson thought he could harness that. He was wrong. Summer 2007, United offer West Ham a 2-year loan deal, £10 million. Tevez joins Ronaldo and Rooney up front. The combination is devastating. Premier League champions, Champions League winners. Tevez scores in the shootout in Moscow against Chelsea. Next season, another league title, 3 trophies in 2 years. United fans adore him. The Argentinian bulldog who runs himself into the ground every match, never stops, never quits. Sign him up, Fergie. Sign him up. The Stretford end chant it week after week. Make the loan permanent. Keep him forever. But there's a problem. Tevez's wages, his agent, the third-party ownership baggage still hanging around. It's complicated. It's expensive. United also have Dimitar Berbatov now. Silky Bulgarian, forward. Cost £30 million. Fergie's new toy, so when the loan ends in 2009, everyone expects him to stay. The deal falls apart. The money, the agents, the baggage. Tevez is free. Across town, Manchester City are about to change football forever. Sheikh Mansour buys the club. Abu Dhabi money. Unlimited funds. City haven't won a trophy since 1976. They're the punchline. The noisy neighbours. But now they've got a blank check and a point to prove. They want statement signings, and they want to hurt United while doing it. So when Tevez becomes available, City don't just offer him a contract. They offer him £250,000 a week. In 2009, that's insane money. Tevez says yes, the news lands like a grenade, United fans are in denial. He'll flop at City, they always do. He was a squad player anyway. Losing a player is one thing, watching him cross the city to your oldest rival is another. City, the club that hadn't won a trophy in 35 years, the neighbours United had spent decades outgrowing. It wasn't just business, it felt personal, because it was. And then City put up the billboard. July 2009, Deansgate, City Centre, impossible to miss, a massive poster, Carlos Tevez, smiling, sky blue kit. Welcome to Manchester, the audacity. United have 18 league titles, decades of dominance, they are Manchester football, and City, who've won nothing in 35 years, are putting up billboards like they own the place. The billboard made front page news. Talk radio erupted. The poster became a symbol, not just of Tevez's move, but of City's arrival. City get accused of being classless, small time, desperate. That was the point. Power doesn't announce itself politely. But City don't care. This is exactly what they wanted. Chaos, attention, psychological warfare. And Carlos Tevez, the man who thrives in chaos, is the perfect weapon. January 19th, 2010, League Cup semi-final, first leg, Etihad Stadium, Manchester derby. Winner goes to Wembley. This is Tevez's moment. 42nd minute, penalty. Tevez steps up. He doesn't just score, he celebrates. Right in front of the United director's box, cupping his ears, that scar-faced smile. 65th minute, he scores again. City win 2-1. A week later, the second leg at Old Trafford, United dominate, win 3-1, but Tevez scores again in the 76th minute. United go through on aggregate, but Tevez has made his point. 3 goals in 2 derbies, all against his former club. United were still winning matches, but they were losing control of the story, the man they didn't think was worth keeping. April 2011, FA Cup semi-final, Wembley, Manchester derby. Winner goes to the final. Tevez is injured, hamstring. He watches from the stands. Yaya Toure scores. City win 1-0. First FA Cup final in 30 years, then the final itself. City beat Stoke. First trophy since 1976. Tevez returns, captains the team, lifts the cup. The man United didn't think was worth keeping just ended City's 35-year trophy drought. But Tevez wasn't done causing chaos. September 2011, Champions League, Bayern Munich away. City are losing. This is a disaster. Their Champions League debut is collapsing. Mancini needs firepower. He turns to the bench. Carlos, warm up. Tevez doesn't move. Mancini repeats it, louder. Carlos, get ready. Tevez shakes his head. On live television, in front of 66,000 people, in front of millions watching, he just refuses. The weapon had stopped obeying, but by then, the damage was already done. Not injured, not sick, just no. Mancini explodes. The two argue on the touchline. Cameras catch every second. Tevez sits back down, arms crossed, done. After the match, Mancini goes nuclear. He's finished. Tevez will never play for me again. Tevez flies back to Argentina, plays golf, refuses to apologize. For months he's gone. City want to sell him. The relationship is dead. And yet, he comes back. Weeks later, Tevez returns. No apology, no explanation, just back. October 23rd, 2011, Manchester derby at Old Trafford. City are top of the league, United are chasing. This is the biggest derby in years. Tevez isn't there, still suspended after Munich, exiled from the squad, but City don't need him. 6-1, City destroy them. 6-1, at Old Trafford. Balotelli scores twice. Does the why always me celebration. Aguero scores. Dzeko gets 2. Silva adds another. Johnny Evans gets sent off. United finish with 10 men. Old Trafford emptied early. Pies were left half-eaten. TV pundits found new words for disgust. It's a massacre. This is what the billboard was really for. Not attention, inevitability. Tevez watches from Argentina. The chaos he started is now beyond him. City are winning without him. dominating without him. The weapon has become the revolution. End of the 2011-12 season, final day, United have finished. City need a goal to take the title from them. In the 93rd minute, the most famous moment in City's history, but none of it happens without Tevez, the man who crossed the city, the man on the billboard, the man United let go. He didn't just help City win, he helped them become everything United feared. Gary Neville, United legend, publicly defended the decision. Tevez wasn't worth £25 million, he said. Ferguson got it right. But Neville had also said this: Tevez, for a year, with Ronaldo and Rooney, was just breathtaking. He saw exactly what Tevez was. He just didn't see where it was going. United didn't just lose a player, they underestimated a moment. City didn't just sign Carlos Tevez, they announced themselves. 3 words, placed exactly where they'd hurt most. Welcome to Manchester. The billboard came down soon after. Too controversial, too provocative, but by then it didn't matter. The message had already been delivered and City had already won.